Hopefully you've seen my last video on how depression is caused by avoidance patterns, which cause us to have a reduction in our rewards and an increase in our stressors. If you haven't watched that, I do recommend it, but here are the cliff notes. When life gets hard, we fall into something called an avoidance pattern. We may try to avoid distressing thoughts, feelings or sensations. We call this experiential avoidance. We can avoid things out of tiredness, fatigue, or a lack of motivation or pleasure in doing them. Or we can avoid things to prevent a feared outcome. This avoidance leads to a lack of rewards and enjoyment in our life and an increase in our stressors. This means that the solution, avoidance, becomes the very thing causing us to feel depressed. The best way to overcome depression is to reduce the amount of avoidance in our life, but first we need to learn how to identify it. The best way to do this is with something called an activity diary. An activity diary is a tool that helps us see the lack of rewards and stresses in our life. We do this by keeping a basic diary of your day and recording what activities you do on an hourly basis. While doing this, record 4 things. Firstly, the level of pleasure, achievement and mood the activities within each hour give you. Rate this from 0 to 10. And also, keep a note of if you were avoiding anything by doing this activity. Have a look at this example. At 1 PM, this person listened to music. They found this a 6 out of 10 on the pleasure rating. They only got 2 out of 10 achievement and 4 out of 10 mood. And they did this to avoid their homework. During the next hour, they decided to clean their room. Their pleasure rating decreased, but they got more sense of achievement, but the resulting mood was still lower, and they were still avoiding their homework. Do this diary throughout the day. Under no circumstances wait to the end of the day to fill this out. This won't be accurate and will be mostly a waste of time. Do not simply block out a whole time zone on one activity. For example, if you were working for 8 hours, then don't simply write "at work" for 8 hours straight. This provides you with 0 benefit. Ask yourself what individual tasks you did. Who did you speak with? What did you do on your breaks? This allows you to really break down the pleasure, achievement and mood ratings and see exactly what is good or bad for your mood. Keep a diary like this for at least a week. At the end of each day, plan about 10 minutes to look over your diary and analyse the results. Look over your day and try to see if you are living a rewarding life. Are you still doing things such as hobbies, spending time with friends and loved ones, and learning and growing as a person? When you do these things, you typically see better pleasure, achievement and mood ratings. If your day is filled with low rewarding activities, you may notice periods of low mood. Look for the activities you score the lowest on and analyse what it is about these activities that are leading to a lack of reward. And think of the level of rewards. For example, because yes, watching TV is fun, but binge watching for 5+ hours is probably less of a reward than you think, and you could have used the time on a range of more rewarding tasks. Use your pleasure, achievement and mood ratings to help you see your level of reward for different activities. The second thing is to ask yourself if the activity adds or takes away from your stressors. Going back to watching TV, yes, it's fun, but if you are using it to avoid your homework or spending time with friends, then it's most likely adding extra stressors to your life. Again, use your pleasure, achievement and mood ratings to help explore if your activities are adding value to your life. The last thing to look for is your avoidance patterns. Look at your activities and ask yourself if you are only doing them to avoid any uncomfortable thoughts or feelings, other more helpful tasks or activities due to low motivation or fatigue. Yes, we all do this occasionally, but watch out if it's a common pattern for you. Are you doing anything to avoid a feared outcome? For example, avoiding socialising or going out with friends just because you fear social rejection? Do this every day for a week or so until you fully understand what cycles of avoidance you're in. My next 2 videos will be on strategies on how to break out of these avoidance patterns. For more information, have a look at my CBT self-help guide, which includes worksheets and a step-by-step approach to overcoming depression.